Hello everyone and welcome to Cricket World TV. Jim White here again with John Pennington.
Hello Jim.
John, thanks for coming in and talking us through this next match in the Idea Cup in Bangladesh. Of course, the hosts playing Sri Lanka, and again another 300 plus run feast, John, and who came out the victors?
Sri Lanka. I'm afraid it was a bit of a one-sided game today. We talked about the Idea Cup. Bangladesh didn't really look to have many ideas, it has to be said. 249 for 9 they posted, not a bad score. They lost their way in the batting power play. Sri Lanka came out and just, well, cruised home really. 215 runs put on by Upul, Tharanga and Mahela Jayawardene at the top of the order, and Bangladesh, well, I wouldn't say given up, but difficult bowling with a wet ball late on, and they really were out of the game very early on.
Now obviously this is the fourth game, as I believe, in the series, right, in the Idea Cup, so we're working towards the final two places coming up very soon. But this match in itself had some highlights in it, and really I think Bangladesh would have hoped again for more runs.
They would. They were put into bat by Sri Lanka. That's the third toss that Kumar Sangakkara's won. The thing to do, despite the fact that they moved the start time back by half an hour, it still does give a little bit too much of an advantage to the side batting second. So Bangladesh always up against it, didn't get off to a good start. That's how they've done so well in the opening games, where they got off to a poor start, lost wickets, although they did begin to get back on track. Shakib Al Hassan, the captain, made 47, Rakibul made 43, but they all went very pear-shaped in the batting power play. They scored 32 runs for a loss of 5 wickets, although Mushfiqur Rahim and Naeem Eslam did come out and hit a few sixes late on just to get them up towards that 250 mark. But you did get the impression, or I certainly did at halfway, that it wasn't going to be enough.
Well, as you say, 32 for 5 in that power play. Sounds to me like all the momentum went across to Sri Lanka, and when they came out to bat it really was all about teeing off and getting home as fast as possible. They
did certainly seem to be in quite early. They didn't quite manage to get the bonus point, but it didn't matter because the 3 wins out of 3 means they've already qualified for that final. Upul, Tharanga, Mahela Jayawardene were in superb form. I think the only chance they offered, I think it was definitely Tharanga when he was on about 98, just edged to Mushfiqur Rahim, who couldn't quite hold the catch, but it really wouldn't have changed the match much at all. Lots of boundaries, some pretty ordinary bowling, it has to be said, from Bangladesh. Picking 3 spinners when you know the dew factor is going to come into play, always a bit of a risk. But Tharanga finished unbeaten on 118, he played beautifully, as did Mahela Jayawardene, not originally in the squad of course to tour, came in late, he was originally injured but he's okay now, he can certainly still bat. 108 he made, and as I say, that partnership of 215 for the first wicket, a record for Sri Lanka against Bangladesh for any wicket.
Fantastic. Okay, so Sri Lanka win that one again. You say they've already qualified for the final. There's still more games to play though.
That's right, we move on as a day break, and then Sri Lanka take on India, and if India win that one they'll be in the final as well. Yeah, to be honest, before the series began we thought, well, surely Sri Lanka and India will probably make the final, but Bangladesh still have a very slim chance of progressing.
They'll obviously rely on Sri Lanka to win, and win well against India, and hopefully they'll be able to just get past the post. But unlikely.
Unlikely. Certainly is. I mean, it's almost like playing on 2 different pitches. Once the ball gets a little bit wet, it's very hard for any bowlers to grip the ball, particularly the spinners, and they really weren't getting any spin at all. I think the solution, as I mentioned earlier, I think that it really does offer too much of an advantage to the side batting second, and the solution, I know maybe it's not so great for the TV companies or the fans, but to make the game a little bit fairer, which is what we all want, play them in the afternoon.
Okay, John, well, thanks again for your insight for this match in the Idea Cup out in Bangladesh, and I'm sure we've got some more exciting cricket to come up, and we look forward to seeing you again here on Cricket World TV.